think it'll be games, multimedia, and just news.
Well, multimedia, that's the news and all of that, sure.
Multimedia isn't going to be as big as the games. It'll be in this order. It'll be in this order.
Of course it is.
No, it'll be news, games, then multimedia.
Oh, BS.
Are you going to sit there and hold this thing up in your hands
straight
while you're watching a movie the whole time?
Oh my god, I'm relaxing on my lounge. I can't actually relax on my lounge and pick up my laptop and say, oh my god, yeah, let's watch a movie. I could actually just pick up this one thing, this one actually A4 piece of paper and watch it and just actually relax.
You're going to hold it there for an hour and a half.
I'm not going to hold it on top of me. I'm going to rest it on my chest. I'm going to do whatever. It's the exact same way. I can relax and watch. I've got a portable screen.
Okay.
You don't think that's a good idea?
No.
Really?
These things are going to be left on coffee tables. They're not going to be...
Damn straight.
And they're going to be carried around in backpacks and stuff.
Yeah, like if I want to chill out and watch like an episode of Coupling or Friends...
Be like...
No, like I'm bored. I'm like saying chilling at someone's house. I see an iPad on the table. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. I go into their media. I click on the iPod. I click on shows. I click on South Park. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I just watch South Park and I just chill out in their lounge, just watching it. Like, oh, that's pretty cool. Da 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 da. It's something you can leave on a coffee table like that. It's really creating a new genre of how you interact with stuff. And I think that's very important. Like, don't get me wrong. Like Apple, I'm not a fanboy of Apple. I think I'm not happy with their closed down stuff, but we can't deny how much this is actually going to change everything. And it's, yeah, like, the same thing with books and all that. I don't think books are going to work. Do you think books are going to work?
Well,
like
they have on the Kindle already. Like,
yeah, no, but that's a different screen.
Well, that's the point. It probably won't work on the iPad.
Yeah.
They're trying to push that a lot, but it has to be
like all
screen.
multimedia magazines. Come on. Get real. I don't know. Well, that's a big point, though. You don't think it's going to work, or do you think it's going to work?
They're not with books.
Not with books. No, I agree with that,
Again,
actually.
it's going to be that, or it's going to be news, games, multimedia.
News, games, multimedia? What do you mean news? Explain news.
Newspapers.
Well,
Magazines.
that's what they do.
Reddit,
That's what we were just speaking about.
Yeah.
But you were saying it wouldn't work. You
No.
just said, just before, that it wouldn't
news
work.
will work. Books are different.
Okay, well, okay,
Books
sorry.
are
When I'm
incredibly
talking
different
about
to news.
newspapers, like, you look at all of Rupert Murdoch and all of that.
Yeah.
He's pricing, like, crazy.
$17.29 a month.
Yeah, I know.
For the
Like,
Wall Street Journal. Yeah.
For the iPad, but you're saying that
People will
wouldn't
pay
work.
that,
But what, so you're saying it will work.
I-
You're saying that will be an important thing.
yes, news will be the main thing this will be used for.
Really? I don't
Then
think so.
games, then multimedia.
I don't think so. I don't think that'll be in a massive part. I don't think games is going to be a massive part of it.
Who's buying it? The people that are buying it are, your layman's, your old people, your mainstream.
Why would
They're
they
gonna
want the
throw
Wall
it on
Street
the-
Journal?
Because they read the Wall Street Journal. And not just that, like, any sort of, dig, Reddit, even though they're not
They
mainstream.
wouldn't read that.
But magazines, all the Sports Illustrated,
But I don't
all
think
that
magazines
stuff.
would work too well on the iPad. Like, sure, it'd be cool, but it'd be... Yeah, I don't think that would work too well.
They've already got the apps out there. They're the main apps in the store.
Yeah, I
already.
know, but I still don't think it's going to catch on. I don't, like, it's like everyone's pushing it at it, but it doesn't actually seem to be attaching on. We don't have any anomaly to actually say that it'll work. I don't know. The iPad's going to, it's going to do divides and all of that. We should have an iPad to play with next week, hopefully.
It's not out in Australia for a long time.
Oh, yeah, no, it's until the end of April, so maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we'll get it in 2 weeks, and we'll be able to actually talk more about it, but... Anyway, the web's been crazy about the iPad. Everyone's been talking about it, so there we go.
Yeah. 2
different opinions on what the iPad will do.
Let's go next stories.
Yes, that's...
You spent far too much time on that.
What do you mean? The iPad's been a big thing.
No, it shouldn't be.
It's good. The iPad is a revolution.
Hey, there's this really cool thing that was made by, I don't know, some engineers somewhere, software engineers. It's this application called Prefab. Basically what it does is it looks at the pixels of any sort of software application, any sort of form-based interacting thing, analyzes it, you then say to this prefab application, like, this is a box, this is a box, this is a button, and then reverse engineers it, and you can actually add extra features and functionality on top of it, which is really cool. Like, they showed, for example, just the options page in Firefox, and what you could do is add these new, I guess, like, I forget what it's called, but you move your mouse near it, and it works out if what it's closest to, and it can actually link onto that. Like, you click on it and not actually on top of it, and you have to see the video. But it's really good. But basically where this is probably going is that you can just reverse engineer any pixels. which is really awesome. Like you can look at any interface, and that's really all software applications are when they get to you. They're visual outputs of pixels. So you can look at those pixels, reverse engineer it, work out exactly what's happening. You can get to the source code, and not only that, you can change things on the fly. Like, for example, the whole user scripts thing. Have you noticed that online with the Grease Monkey scripts? That's a really big thing at the moment. Like I can.
You can actually modify the way you actually use any application on the web.
Anything. Like, I was actually playing around with some Reddit duck themes. You can go and install this thing. It completely rearranges the Reddit front page. It made it all dark, and like it was cooler, but I couldn't get used to it in time. Like, and I went back to the original again. But yeah, stuff like that. And I mean, if we can get this to a more sort of automated, more higher level stage, we can actually just.
So what are they using it at the moment for? Like they're just saying that you can actually watch how you use an application. They can actually watch where you like click on different places and.
No, I don't think it's that up yet. All they're doing is basically. They're saying, well, most software applications now is made using a framework where you just drag and drop the buttons to make the GUI.
Yeah.
And it all does it. But what they're doing is they basically take that end product again and then just basically draw around. Then this is a button, this is a text box, this is a...
Oh, okay.
Then it reverse engineers it that way. But a few revisions down the line, I can see it getting to the point where you can actually users can specifically rearrange and change the functionality of any application, whether it's desktop or online, which would be cool, and you just automate that process. You change things a little bit here and there, change a little bit there and there, and see how it goes.
Any way you actually interact with any application that can actually monitor you and say that, oh well, you're clicking here a lot, you're not clicking there. Let's change it on the fly. Yeah. That's kind of cool. That's pretty epic.
Real time. That's the one website idea. Real time feedback and just changing the GUI, changing the features.
One way. You do it just through any website.
Yeah.
I mean, Facebook could do it now with their all Facebook Connect and everything.
Well, I'm sure a system like that, if it's advanced enough, they probably love that because they do an update, it changes a few things. Everyone's like, whoa, no!
Oh my God.
But if you had a system changing it per the individual, just really subtly, then they wouldn't notice it as much, and you'd end up getting a really good.
It doesn't even have to be too subtle. Like, I mean, say if you're in Facebook Connect, you connect to multiple websites going through. It uses this system to actually monitor how you interact with all these websites. It takes away the things that you don't interact with, and it maybe just puts the things that you do, then maybe a few things, just to see how you interact with, like, the mutation type of the algorithm. And then it sees how you go.
Yeah.
And you just keep on going from there, and wow, that's pretty epic. What's the company called again?
I don't think it's a company.
Statsheet or... No, pretty... Oh, is it like a university thing or something?
Far too drunk. No, it's...
No, I am drunk. Don't get me wrong, but I want to know what it's about.
It's just by a...
It's a university.
Software engineers, yeah, I'm not sure who it's by. Oh, Washington.
cswashington.edu.
I'm guessing that's Washington University?
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think there's some people to watch. They might get acquired. I mean, you're looking at news feeds and all of that in Facebook.
I doubt they'll be acquired.
Anyway. Really?
No.
I think that it's a possibility. We'll see what happens.
What's your next story?
My next one. This one is pretty cool. You may have heard about this. This is about the US court actually striking down that you can't have a patent on human genomes. Now, I think this is an absolutely massive thing because it has become an information technology. Human genomes have become an information technology. That what I mean by that is the more processing power you put towards this, the faster you'll be able to do it. And this has happened with human genes.